Well, you know, we've made the decision to consolidate our campuses between Southfield and Detroit in the city of Detroit in a single campus between the Renaissance Center, Tower 5 and 600, and our Lafayette and Bricktown campuses. We really did it for a good business reason, to bring our cultures together for more productivity and also to save money. And the added benefit is I think it's a tremendous boost, as we've done in Lansing and Grand Rapids, for the city of Detroit. Well, it's a great day for all of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, because it continues to show our commitment to urban centers, but also it's a good business move. You know, we have to be competitive. We have to compete with the national players and with the local players, and you do that with lower administrative costs. The truth of the matter is we had about a 25% open rate in all our real estate around southeast Michigan, and it made good business sense to do this. In addition, I feel strongly that having us all together will be great for our culture. It may, it may also save a little bit on the wear and tear of the lodge, but I think most importantly, it'll bring us together, and I think much more productively. Well, first of all, we will be completely transparent. Everything we do is going to be communicated. I certainly would encourage employees to talk to their supervisors about it if you have questions. We're trying to make this as easy as possible. Listen, change is never easy. I get that. On the other hand, this is really good for the company. And I can tell you, having walked through all of the offices over at Tower 500 and 600, and what's in the Renaissance Center between the daycare, the Ys, the restaurants, the food courts, the ability to stay downtown, park, take the people mover over to Comerica, over to the Joe Louis Arena, over to the restaurants, the Fox Theater. This is going to be great. But again, I understand change is tough. We're going to work with folks. We're going to be transparent. We're going to listen to you. And I think ultimately this will work really well. I've been with the company 11 years, and I have spent an awful lot of time on the road driving between Detroit and Southfield in dealing with various meetings, various issues. I have felt for a long time that we would be better off with one campus. As we've said before, we took a year in looking at this in all kinds of ways to do that. This made the most economic sense. That's why we're doing it. It also follows with our urban agenda. But the number one reason this was done is because it made good economic sense and it united the workforce. You know, I think twofold. One is I think it shows our continued commitment. Oftentimes I hear in Lansing from legislators, well, you know, why does it matter that Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is here? If you look at the investments that we made, starting with Mr. Whitmer's decision to go to downtown Grand Rapids, our collective decision to move the national headquarters of the accident fund into downtown Lansing, which has reinvigorated that downtown area to bring our Blue Cross employees into the old accident fund building from the suburbs, and now what we're doing here in Detroit. It is an urban commitment that rarely does a company make, and I think the offshoots that we'll see from an economic development standpoint in all these cities, you already see it in Grand Rapids, you already see it in Lansing. I think it's tremendous for the city of Detroit as well. And you know, again, it makes really good business sense for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan.